No. In all those things, we're more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Hey. We are able to go up and take the country.
Welcome to our Christian Leadership Series. The theme of today's lecture is Lay Ministry, Myths About Full-Time Ministry. I am your lecturer, Reverend Dr. Miracle Ajah. Our text is taken from John chapter 8, verses 31 to 32. So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Many myths about Christian ministry are circulated today. Myths have traces of truth, but are devoid of complete biblical support. These are assumptions made out of ignorance, fear, or sometimes due to envy or an attempt to protect one's territorial integrity. But our Lord Jesus Christ said, "You shall know the truth, and it shall set you free." Myths about full-time ministry is outlined as follows. Number one, everyone who is called of God to serve in the holy ministry must resign their professional engagement or occupation. Two, ordained full-time ministers do more work in the Christian ministry than anyone else. Three, ordained ministers only look after spiritual matters while the laity temporal matters. Four, training the laity in the work of the ministry will jeopardize the jobs of full-time ministers. And five, you must choose between quality and quantity in your church ministry. Myth number one, everyone who is called of God to serve in the holy ministry must resign their professional engagement or occupation. It is true that when Christ called the 12 disciples, they left everything and followed him. But it is not true that everyone called to serve Christ was required to leave everything and follow him. Outside the 12 apostles, there were numerous disciples of Jesus who maintained their occupations and yet ministered to him effectively. An example was Apostle Paul. Trained ladies can still maintain their jobs and serve in Christian ministry effectively. Myth number two, ordained full-time ministers do more work in the Christian ministry than anyone else. Christian ministry is not limited to the four walls of the church. Every Christian is called to serve, whether in the church or outside it. 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Whenever a Christian walks anywhere, he should do so with a mindset of rendering service unto God. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 31 says, "Whatever thing you do, do all in the name of the Lord." Lay ministry and the ordained complements each other. Myth number three, ordained ministers only look after spiritual matters while the laity temporal matters. It is true that the main reason for the ordained ministry is to provide leadership for the church and equip the saints. Ephesians 4:11. Lay ministry too is a spiritual or sacred assignment. Check out the qualifications for the 7 deacons in Acts. They were men of good repute, full of the Spirit and of wisdom. Acts 6, verse 3. Christian professionals in other fields should see themselves as rendering spiritual services to God wherever they are. Myth number 4, training the laity in the work of the ministry will jeopardize the jobs of full-time ministers. More hands are actually needed in the Christian ministry. It can never be enough. Jesus said, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few." Matthew 10, verse 2. When some zealous servants wanted to stop Eldad and Medad from prophesying in the camp, Moses restrained the servants. Numbers 11:26 to 30. Lay ministry is a volunteer service that supports full-time ministers in church planting, discipleship, and small group ministries. Myth number 5, finally. You must choose between quality and quantity in your church ministry. Some people think that the smaller the number doing Christian ministry, the better the quality and the output. There is a correlation between quantity and quality. None should be rejected. It takes all kinds of ministries to reach all kinds of people. The voluntary service of lay ministry will grow your church, both in quality and in quantity. Next lecture will focus on problems facing Christian ministry. God bless you.
We only
Move on to the righteous side. Move on to the righteous side.
when we
Move on to the righteous side of God.
say we